You who is with me in this space, you who joins me on this day, let go. But how can it be so simple? Let go. But how will I get where I want to go? Let go. But how? Don't ask and wonder. These are the paths of the mind, and the heart says, let go. I am excited to announce today that I am letting go of any expectation, place, thing, preconceived notion on how it's meant to go. I'm letting go because up until now, up until this day in August on the 19th year of the 2000th AD spin, worrying didn't do anything. Mentalizing about it didn't get me anywhere. Spending time anxious and concerned and trying to bring it closer, trying to be something I wasn't, trying to heal. The only thing that has ever brought me closer to myself has been letting go. And why would it be any different on this day today? I felt the last 3 days, and especially this morning, this building tension. This tension and anxiety. And I said, I can't anymore. I cannot try to figure this out and try to make it a certain way. I have no idea where it's even going. That's just mechanisms of the ego, protective mechanisms that try to control something you cannot control. It's just an illusion. There's so much power in our surrender, in our vulnerability, and we can receive who we really are and what we're meant to do. But it's bit by bit that it comes through. I haven't mastered it yet. Some days I wake up so confused about what it is that I'm trying to do, and then I remember, what am I trying? What's there to try? Let go. Letting go of anything not serving, letting go of thoughts and anxieties about how it should go. How am I to know how it's to go? I only have my heart's story about it, and excitement, and perhaps it's in learning to trust that your experience will value you and hold you and lead you where you're meant to go. This isn't happening to anybody else but you. Your experience is crafted perfectly for you. It matches up exactly to your desires and needs, and sometimes we have to go through the lowest of lows in order to reach a higher state, to be rebirthed, to be peeled back. And what's to say that negative experience was not placed there in order for you to learn a lesson to get to where you need to go? You has walked a long path to get here. Celebrate yourself today. Celebrate that everything is aligning perfectly. Even if we don't understand it, even if we can't see it yet. Return your sorrows to the earth. Return what is pressing on your mind to source. These things, we do not need to carry them. We do not need to carry the anxieties of who we are and what we're meant to do. Our experiences at the end of the day are meant to lead us to the point of presence, to the point of embodiment, where you just flow. And what do I mean by flow? Have you ever had experiences that just lined up? They just seemed to happen without your involvement. The flight was on the perfect day. You met a person somewhere and you didn't expect it to, and it lined up exactly with what you needed then. the more we can be present inside of our bodies, the more this flow can pass through us, and we can find ourselves aligned with the path that's being walked by our soul. Now, in terms of let it flow through you the way that it wants to flow through. By letting go, releasing that resistance, the thing that was going to happen anyway can happen faster. I've found that the only reason something isn't coming is because I'm hanging on out of fear, out of expectation, out of longing, all programs of lack. Now, to release these things might feel like a death. It might feel like you are losing the last things that will make it go your way. But what if for a second you consider that it's all in your favor and it was all going to go in the way for your best benefit, for your highest expression? Today I'm considering that the sooner I let go, the sooner I can play with it. Because going back to flow for a second, it's crazy. Sometimes you might ask somebody that's made something big happen, you ask them, how did you do it? And they might look at you funny and say, it just happened. I was at the right moment, at the right place, in the right time. Or an angel was sent to me, or I was guided, or even crazier, I had a dream. And in that dream, I received everything about what I was supposed to do. These things are flow. They are synchronicity. They are vibing and aligning with your reality. They are not careful strategizing and planning out every single step of your existence. Because what's meant for you is quite possibly beyond your wildest dreams. What's meant for you is quite possibly beyond what you can imagine about what is. And so, why would it be that in crafting it and mentalizing it, it would come out the way you wanted it to? How can it come out the way that you want it to when you are using words to craft it? And it comes from beyond words. The funniest thing is that the best things for me have happened on a whim. They have happened out of nowhere. They've collided with me. I stumbled across them. I didn't plan for years and then, all right, well, everything went according to plan. Even on the best of days, you might plan out an entire talk or to do a specific thing and find that life has a different plan for you. So I'm excited to announce the letting go of the expectations on what it is that I bring to this world and how I want to serve and what I want it to look like. Because at the end of the day, the times when things have flowed and made sense is when I just put that voice to rest. That voice is saying, but how, but why, and how am I going to do it? I shone light on it and I said, you're valid. Thank you for trying to protect me. And then I let go of those reins. I just type from my heart. I speak as it channels through me. I show up in my life in that moment with as much presence as I can embody, because it's okay to wake up stressed and anxious. But I allow those feelings to pass through me. I am present with them. If I feel frustrated, there's a reason. Something is trying to be seen. Something is trying to come through. And in allowing that, it clears space for more of what's meant for you to come into that space. So, from now on, I'm going to continue to channel as I go along, to make it up as I go along. Just type what comes to mind, do what comes to mind, even if it doesn't look perfect, even if it seems messy and crazy. That's life for you. I mean, it might evolve as I go along and get updated as things change, which is naturally how it works. But for now, I release the expectation that it needs to be a certain way. The way that it is beautiful. The way that you are is beautiful. Simply, in your being. I hold space for you. I hold love for you in exactly the way that you are. And I would like to end this on the note that I decided to water fast today because I find that things can escape us. Emotions can be suppressed. The way that you're feeling and showing up in the world can be distracted from and masked. And when you slow down through any means, whether that's rest and relaxation, or fasting, or changing a habit, or embodying a ritual into your life, certain states that you weren't aware of come into light. I found that every single time that I've fasted, time slows down. I enter very deeply into the present moment. And things that are complex and tangled up begin to become clear. They begin to become untangled bit by bit. And though it is difficult, and though it leads to emotions that I suppose I would rather not face, as I go through it and I stick with it, those emotions are released and new ones can come through. And a more balanced state, a more present with my being state can come through. Not to mention, I feel energetic and clear in my mind. And with that blessing, I can allow things to happen through me. So, I hope that this message reaches you well, and that today and all days you find a way to flow through your life, to be present with yourself, and know that you are held and infinitely loved.